everyone, I'm Soma. Welcome to SG Careers TV. Today I'm going to be talking about graduate employment and how, if you are a graduate at the moment, can go about looking for a job, or if you are somebody who is still at university, thinking about the ways that you can pursue your, employment journey. It's really important to do this, and you need to be aware of what recruiters, so those are the people who are going to match your skills and experience up to what you've got to to jobs that you might be suitable for. So it's important that you know what's out there so that you can start on this journey if you haven't already. Some of the things that I would like to go through with you today is, the first thing I would say is that you have got a tough market out there, and you are competing with lots of other graduates, but don't get disheartened by this. You need to stay positive, and you need to be proactive about it, and you need to keep on going, because it's an ongoing process. So there may be times where you feel as though you're not putting enough in, and you're not being called for interviews, and you're not doing all the right things, but just keep on going, be positive about it, and it will all fall into place. So that's the first thing I would say, being positive and being proactive. The second thing I would say, to start your job kind of hunt and to get you started with your employment, is to have a CV. Make sure that you have a CV. Make sure that professional checks your CV for you and looks through it for any kind of mistakes, or gives you suggestions on how you can improve it further, because you want it to be the best. And in some cases those professionals can even be your recruitment agent. So that's actually going on to the third tip. So have you actually signed up with recruitment agents? Has that already happened? If you haven't, then you need to do this. Word of caution to you here though, guys, because I really want you to be successful in what you're doing. Be careful about recruitment agents. They're brilliant, but at the same time you need to be a little bit cautious. What I mean by that is, these guys may not always match you up to the jobs that you want to do. So if, for example, you have done a specific career and you want to be engaging in a job where you're working with people, and you want it to be related to social care, suppose you've done a social care related degree, but they're not giving you those particular jobs, they're giving you more retail and customer service based jobs for graduate schemes. You may be thinking in the back of your mind, but that's not what I asked for. I want to do something that's related to what I've studied. So when you talk to these recruitment agents, be very specific and be very clear about what it is you exactly want. When you work with the right recruitment agents, because a lot of them are really, really good at their job, they will match you up to a job that suits you, and they will match you up to a job that you want to do. But because you guys are going to be starting out, I want to make sure that you don't get swayed by them to go for an interview that you don't want to go to. So be very clear and assertive about this almost, guys. The fourth suggestion that I would give to you is that you need to know what your USP is. USP is a marketing term for unique selling point. So if you have recently travelled abroad and you went to the Himalayas, you went mountain climbing, or you volunteered for Camp America, or you volunteered locally in your dog shelter, or you did something that had a profound effect on you that you could talk about potentially in an interview, or you could talk a little bit about on your CV, so that you can show that you have this unique niche compared to everybody else, and talk about it. Because employers are not just looking for somebody who is going to be able to do the job. They're also looking for unique people who maybe might be able to build up team building exercises, and they might be looking for somebody who is a little bit kind of So suppose if you like organised a fundraising event at your university, they'll be looking for people who, are go-getters and somebody that potentially will be good for their company. So having a unique selling point can be, really, really unique to you and important. And if you want to find out more about the unique selling point and, how I feel it's a really good asset to have, I would suggest that you read my blog post about this on my blog. I've put it at the bottom of this kind of captioned video you'll see there, and read a little bit more about that. The next thing I would say is, if you are currently still at university and you're looking for a job, don't leave your job search until after your degree. The reason why I'm saying this is potentially a lot of people fall into this trap because you're busy studying. Studying is important, definitely. And making sure that you get your third year really, you finish everything and you get your dissertation in on time. It's essential to getting a good degree. But the reason why I'm suggesting that you perhaps maybe would start at the beginning of the third year to look for jobs, so signing up to recruitment agents, looking around at what's out there, it will make things easier for you once you've left, because you'll be being called for interviews straight away, you'll be able to have a plan in place, and it will fit in a lot easier. So and that might even sound kind of daunting to you, don't put too much pressure on yourself either. If you feel that you can't do this, then leave it. But I would suggest that if you are able to do this, then do it. I would also say you need to be clear about the type of work you're looking for. So this is really, really important. As I said with the recruitment agent example, you need to be specific about the exact type of work you're looking for, whether you want to work with people, whether you want to work in an office, whether you want to work in marketing if you come from a business background. So be exactly clear about what type of work you're looking for, how many hours can you work. Have you also, put your CV online with other online job sites like, Monster and jobsite.co.uk, think about things like that. So that's part of your kind of independent job hunt when you're looking yourself and not relying on recruitment agents to find you the work, because you also need to be proactive and also look at how you can go about job hunting and not relying on other people to help you, right? It's really, really important to get yourself out there. The other thing that is very, very useful, and obviously this will be part of when you're doing your degree as well, is visiting graduate fairs. Going to graduate fairs, signing up to graduate schemes, and making sure that those schemes are the ones that you want to be in. There are a lot of graduate recruitment schemes out there. You need to make sure that you're applying to the right ones. And when I mean the right ones, I mean the ones that you are interested in. Because when you go to the graduate fairs and you talk to people, you may be, having a brilliant conversation with somebody maybe from Halifax, but banking is not your area. Or, you may talk to somebody in housing, but you're kind of thinking, but I don't want to work in housing and that housing company, ... So be really, really careful about it also. Think about, in terms of what you want to specifically do, okay? So they're great ways of getting yourself out there though, and talking to people and networking. The next thing I would say is internships. If you have finished the second degree of your second year of your degree, and you're going to go into your third year, if you have that summer, or make sure that you use your summer potentially to do an internship so that you can learn more about the field that you're interested in. If you realise that the field that you are potentially interested in isn't for you, you will have a clear idea because you've done that internship. Or maybe, you've done an internship with a company that you didn't think you would want to do an internship with, and then you've discovered that perhaps they've got a job opening right after, you finish your degree and you've applied. It opens doors for you, and it's a really good learning curve. So I would suggest that you do it. The main thing I would say, going back to the beginning when I was saying to be positive and proactive, is you need to keep on going. you need to give yourself a timeline of how many months it's going to take for you to get a job if you decide to look after you finish your degree. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. And the next thing I would say is don't compare yourself to other people, because if you haven't got that 2-1 degree, don't compare yourself to the fact that, you know, they've got a brilliant job because they've got their 2-1 and they're getting in their graduate scheme. Think of ways around it. You can always, if you want to, retrain and, you know, do further study to get to, you know, different career routes. So, you know, don't be hard on yourself, because you're going to be hearing a lot of things from a lot of people, but you need to keep on going. And I'm sure in time you will find a career and a job that you really, really like. Best of luck.